Whew. Okay. Hey guys, Jonathan Miller here. So this is the first video diary entry. So I got here on the 28th of February, and it was a very long flight, but it was really awesome. They kind of splurged a little bit for our flight, so we could, come in and be comfortable and ready to start. Needless to say, it's been one hell of a trip so far. One thing though, traffic here is crazy. Coming from the airport, I thought I was going to die several times because everyone is cutting people off. There's cars just veering in front of you, giant buses full of people that are just like boxing you in. Like, it is nuts. You have to be a NASCAR driver in order to drive here in India. So the very first night that we got here, it was actually supposed to be like a rest night. I was supposed to like sleep and get over like catch up on my rest and the whole jet lag thing and all that stuff. But instead, Chris, the director, he let me know like one of his friends that is here in India invited all of us out to dinner and all that stuff. So we ended up going to a really nice restaurant. I had authentic Indian food for the very first time, and it was absolutely delicious. And then we went downstairs, got some drinks at like this bar club thing. And one thing I noticed is almost every club or bar atmosphere that we've been to, which is like 3 so far, but even talking to like Chris's friend and another friend of ours, India loves deep house. Like everywhere he goes, like it's almost like trance with a nice house, like bass beat. It's really interesting. Anywho, so we had some drinks, had some great food, had some great company, and I felt really spoiled. It was really interesting. We then, that was the first night. We also we volunteered at New Light, India, which is a NGO here in Calcutta that really, like, I guess their goal or mission is that they provide a safe kind of environment for the children, primarily children of sex workers and survivors, giving them a different locale and environment to thrive in, almost, giving them a safe alternative so they're not, sleeping on the floors underneath, underneath the beds while their mothers are working, and which does happen, and things like that, allowing them an opportunity to, one, experience childhood, make friends, and then also a safe environment to learn and grow, in hopes that that they won't try to pick up their parents' mantle, or these children are amazing. They've been through some very humbling experiences. Seeing the way that some of these kids live and what they how they go about their daily activities definitely makes you feel like you take everything for granted. It has been a very humbling experience. These kids are lovely. I love them to death. There's these 2 girls that are super smart, super intelligent, and kind of, they're always playing and having a good time. And this one girl, we were tutoring these kids, and she knew like all of the math, more like above all the other kids. She spoke English very well, and just awesome girl. And then there's this one kid who he's always like wanting a high five, and like we were even over there today, and like he just like hangs on my shoulders, and he was trying to explain this like Hindi TV show that all the kids are watching, and while we were like, just waiting around. He's super cool. And I wish nothing but the best for those kids. We also have worked with another NGO called Destiny Reflections Foundation. I think their name is so confusing. And what they kind of specialize in is mainly kind of an aftercare program. They try to teach, they don't try, like their goal is to teach survivors and some sex workers that are trying to transition out of their profession, teach them a skill, whether it be like, office workers, like, basically HR generalist work or office manager work or admin work, or also teach them sewing and everything that has to do with like, the fabrics and making bags and saris and things like that. So then that they have a trade and they have a skill so they can get work and provide an opportunity for themselves to change their way of life. Destiny is doing some amazing work, and we've met some wonderful people and some great, strong and courageous women and girls who are going to go places. We've actually walked around some of the most. We've walked around some slum areas and seen people with absolutely nothing with the biggest smiles on their faces. They literally have nothing. They live underneath an overpass. Their walls are made of cardboard and tarp and like the ruffled metal, like I can't remember what, like it's like for roofing, and they bathe in this extremely dirty river that is pretty much nothing but fecal matter and urine, and they are so nice and so hospitable, and that we were complete strangers. The director of New Light just happened to walk, like she has like a school over in that area, and she knows this community, and she introduced us to the community, and they were completely accepting and open, and they let us film, and the whole point is to show like there's a caste system here in India, and unless you were born with a certain name, under a certain name, in a certain family, life can be really difficult for you. The lower caste live in these communities, live in tarp walls and sleep on the ground, but these people were so happy with everything. And it was amazing to see. It definitely changes the way you perceive things and look at things. And this experience has already been changing me. Some of the stories that we've heard are completely tragic and heartbreaking. And to know that like this has happened to some of these girls, and that it was people who they trusted, whom they loved, and who they thought cared about them, and they were taken advantage of and forced to do terrible things and experience terrible things that no little girl should experience ever. So this has been one hell of an experience, and it's only been 3 weeks. Tomorrow is 3 weeks. we've done some fun stuff too, because you can't only like focus on these heartbreaking stories and not try like to just focus on that without any sort of distraction. So like we've gone out to dinner as a crew, and we went and saw a Bollywood movie last night that we didn't understand a word at all, but surprisingly I understood the movie, and I understood like everything that was going on and things like so. Like you do have to focus on other things, or else you're not going to be able to give this project the reverence and respect and professionalism that it really does require. And we have high hopes for this project, and we have high hopes that people will hear it and people will see it, and it will cause people to act and do something. And thank you guys so much for your support and your generosity and your compassion and allowing me to be sitting here and recording this video, because there was a lot of things, as you guys know, that I had to take care of, and I'm still in the process of taking care of, just because of the way that everything was postponed. And so the campaign is still going, the GoFundMe campaign is still going. I still need financial support. So if you want to share this, or if you feel like you want to help yourself, check it out. I'm sure I'll attach a link or something like that in the description, or you can find it all on my Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. But Stolen Innocence is coming along. I'm very grateful for this opportunity to be a part of this crew and to be helping. And I'm grateful to hear these stories, and I hope that we do everything that we can to make sure that there are stories and that people know what is happening, what these girls have gone through, and what other girls are going through. And hopefully by doing this, it will get people mad, and it will get people to demand change, and it will get people to stand up and do something. So again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I look forward to the second entry, and I look forward to seeing where we go from here, and what the second video entry will what I'll have to share with the second video entry to you guys. So thanks so much.
Bye! Have a good evening. Do you feel like a rock star?
Yeah.
I think at this point we'll turn off the video.